Hello everybody, Crypto Chaperone here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about possibly some good or bad investments you may make. Now, I'm going to be talking about a company that is quite controversial, and I've been wanting to make this video for a week or so now, and now that I've got a few things that I've seen actually pop up about this company, and it's like really starting to scream in my face that like, hey, it's pretty weird. So I'm gonna actually include those in my video, and it's kind of like just like really hurting me to not make a video about it right at this point. So in honor of making this video, I wore my Wolf Cola shirt because just whenever you're getting into these things, you always want to remember that they're not pyramid schemes. They're reverse funnel systems. So everyone's gonna get some money. That's always what you want to remember about Wolf Cola. You probably no one even knows Wolf Cola. It's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but it's just something I had to have on for any sort of a scheme shirt. So if you've ever been recently visiting any sort of website, you may have come across something. It's right above me, isn't it? That's what we got to talk about right there. Bitconnect. So quite controversial cryptocurrency here, Bitconnect. Now, pretty much everywhere you go, this cryptocurrency and advertisement or someone somewhere is talking about it. They're shilling a referral link to you or something, anything about it, and you're hearing either it's a complete scam or it's the greatest thing ever. So I have been looking into it for a while, and even people, I've pretty much been, everyone that I've been looking into, even people that highly invest in it, they're still saying it's a scam. Not people that are making like almost $1 million doing it, but the people that have put money into it and have put their referral codes out there, have made a decent amount of money off their referral codes and all that kind of stuff. They're even saying that, yeah, it's kind of a scheme. It's nothing that I would want to put any money in that I wouldn't want to lose. Something that if you had a just rubber band of money and you set it on top of your car and just took off driving down the freeway, you're not really going to care about it. So if you're willing to do that, however much is in that rubber band of money, that's as much as maybe you're willing to throw into Bitconnect here. So I heard all these people start shilling Bitconnect, and I saw all these things talking about how you could potentially make like $10, $20, $30,000, all this money. People were just talking about money, everywhere it's money. So I started actually looking into it, and the first thing I, went and looked for was I went and found their website. So here we are, found it. And the first time I actually found their website, I found it on my iPad, and there was a little tab on the side, and it was really weird because it was like taking up a decent amount of my screen, and when you clicked on it, it actually showed you an analytics page of the whole, like, their website for some reason. Like, I don't know why it was displaying that, like, if I care where people were visiting their website from. So that was kind of sketchy to me in the first place, but I'm not really seeing that when I visit it through my computer, so I'm not really sure what that was for. But when I first saw that, I was like, why are they trying to show me who and how many people are visiting their website? So that was a little weird. I'm going to give you guys pretty much two options here. If you are someone who has a lot of friends, a lot of people, colleagues, family, associates, people who invest in cryptocurrencies, people who are willing to spend money, people who have disposable incomes, Daddy Warbucks or whoever else you're friends with, who just don't care about losing money, then potentially, yeah, you could be making a decent amount of money on this. And if you've been paying attention to anything I'm saying throughout my channel, the goal of what I want to do is I want to accumulate more wealth to turn into Bitcoins. And at the end of the day, I think Bitcoin is going to be king, and whatever you can do to accumulate more Bitcoin now is going to pay out in the long run. So if you do have friends and family and people who are willing to just throw money away, you can get these people to invest their money in Bitconnect, and you can be making a profit from their investments. And that's definitely something that, I mean, if you have ever paid attention to like those like random advertisements and random people, on Facebook who talk about these pyramid schemes and or friends you might have on Facebook that talk about them, and they really only talk about them for like a week or so, and then it kind of dies off because they don't really have anybody else to sell it to, so they stop talking about it, and maybe they talk about it on another social network or talk about it in their real life, and then since you don't have anybody else to refer to these, you really start to lose out on everything that you saw in the beginning, and a lot of these systems run pretty much based off of referrals. But Bitconnect actually has a few ways you can make money. So when you're seeing all these big YouTube people and people that are having these Google AdWord videos and stuff playing, there are always people who have like 20, 30, 40, like $100,000 in Bitcoins, 700, 800, $1 million in Bitcoins. It's ridiculous. And these people are making a lot of this money because of the money that you are actually investing in this. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad thing in any way. These people are obviously doing what a lot of things have. Now, I was a big fan of fantasy sports for a long time, and if you had somebody that joined on your referral code on fantasy sports sites, you would actually make a part of whatever they would put into the fantasy sports site. So based on what they were putting in, and even I think on some of them based on what they were winning, you were making a percentage of that. So it kind of runs in that same factor. So if you do have a referral system, you might as well take advantage of it. But on the same end, when you're making a decent amount of money off that referral system and what other people are putting in, and there's really no backbone behind this company that I'm really finding, you're kind of just having a real blind faith in it. Now, pretty much everything that I see from this company is what I've said, people who love the company and they think it's the greatest thing ever, and that's because they have either their money invested in it now and they're trying to get referrals and people to click on their referral link and get invested in it. And obviously, I'm not going to try to get someone to invest money in something and I'm going to say, oh yeah, this is not a great product, it doesn't have a great outcome. Because then obviously nobody's going to follow my referral and people are going to start to have second thoughts about the whole project. And if I just put money into it at this point, I don't want people to have second thoughts about it now when I just got into it. So I'm obviously going to talk it up like it's the greatest thing ever. And that's kind of what you have. You have people who are on the outside looking in at this project, and you kind of see that this project is not the best project, and you don't really want to take a chance with your money because you understand that the cryptocurrency space is definitely volatile and a lot of things could happen, and you have people who are not the most trustworthy people. And Bitconnect, since it doesn't have any of really the development team put out to the public, it is very hard to really understand anything behind it and to really trust it. So I was on the website, and the first thing I kind of looked for was just kind of like a white paper. And I looked for it, couldn't find it, Googled it, and came to find out that they don't have a white paper, and they don't really have a lot the more I looked through it. And so that's really not a really good thing to have, is not a white paper, especially when you're one of the top, like I think this is sitting at like in the top 10 cryptocurrencies. So you have like a $1.7 billion market and you don't have a white paper. Which I think like 99% of these cryptocurrencies, even completely failing scam coins that are just here to literally, their white paper could say, give me your money, I'm going to run away. That's the white paper. And they still wrote a white paper. So they at least put some time in to tell you what is really going to happen. And Bitcoin or Bitconnect has not even done that. Which is definitely a red flag in my book. But then again, on the positive side, if you could be making money with this, why not? And that's always something, you know, that's in the back of people's minds when you see all these people posting these videos of you can make $20,000, $30,000, and you go, yeah, why not? Why don't I enter into this? And the big thing you always have to worry about is when you're entering into this, how long is my money going to be tied up for? So you have a few options of what you can do. You can stake coins, you can invest coins, you can trade, or you can mine. Depending on what you do, if you invest coins for people to take out loans on, you have to keep your coins in for a certain amount of time. And if you stake coins, you have to keep your coins in for a certain amount of time. And we will look into that a little bit more in a minute. I'm a really big fan of how they have a mine here. Most people would have somebody like mining a coin. They have like a land mine here. So that's pretty cool. But so we go down. They got 28 million Bitconnect coins. Not a very high number of coins. So if you are interested in acquiring the actual just Bitconnect token and not really getting into the whole aspect of trading and giving out loans and staking coins and everything else you could be doing on here, which I don't understand. Like, if you are going to take the chance and own these tokens or coins, why not stake them or something? Because if this company does just shut down and run off with everybody's money, the value of the coin is going to diminish extremely. So nobody's going to want to buy these coins if the company runs off. So you might as well just do as much as you can with the coins while you have it and get as much possible profit from it as you can. So you scroll down, you can see whatever their news and everything. They have a lot of links, a lot of tags that just try to get everybody to this site, as many people as they can. So I'm gonna go to facts. This is the place where you want to be here. Pretty much any questions you would have on Bitconnect that are really basic and not really anything that you would have a real major question with, that can all be found here. Any other major questions, the authenticity and all that, are never going to be answered. But one of my favorite ones is under the Bitcoin lending. And if we go the whole way down, and the referral, can I earn by referring? And there is a bonus program. So if we go check out this bonus program, ooh, well, the holidays are coming. So we have a quite the supportive triangle, and this is it's a reverse funnel system. It's a triangle of support. It's an extreme power triangle. You've seen Jay-Z doing these kinds of things, kind of like the Illuminati, and this just means extreme power. So when you see these kinds of like extreme power triangle pyramids, you want to definitely put all your money into this. But no, not at all. This is the funny part about it. When I saw this, I pretty much was like, you're never gonna ever invest in this. If I ever put any of my money in this, or anybody's money that I am holding and managing at this point, it would probably not be the best. So through here you can see how a lot of these big YouTube people are actually making money. So in your mind, you say, hey, I saw this dude on YouTube. He made $500,000 on Bitconnect. Why don't I sign up? He's got a link and I could join on his team and all that. So you join and you go, maybe I'll put in $5,000 to start. I don't want to get in too much. I don't want to put in too little, that if it does go off crazy, that I won't make anything that was even worth a profit. So I'm going to start off with $5,000. So right off the bat, when you use his referral link, he's going to make $5,000 off of that. Or not 5,000. He's going to make 7% of your $5,000. I'm sorry. So he's going to make $70 per every 1,000. So he's going to make $350 right there off your sign up. And that's a decent amount of money, because that took nothing. All he had to do was post a link, and it took your initiative to go out. You took the initiative to sign up. He doesn't even know you. It could have been just luckily enough that you got on and it was on your homepage on YouTube and you just clicked on it. So you really have to be aware of that, and you kind of have to know what you're signing up for. So yeah, he is getting a 7% referral bonus, and it's kind of getting you on the team, whatever team that would be. But other than that, being on the team, you don't make any money based on what he does, but he makes money based on what you do. So once you start going out there and you go, wow, I kind of want to start making money like these other people. So maybe you'll go out and you'll start your own YouTube channel and you start advertising, and maybe you start making a little bit of money and you go, wow, I need to make a little bit more. So you put a little bit more money in just to bump up your total that you have invested, so you start earning a little bit more, so that way it makes it look like you've earned a lot more in the total, and that way you can put that in your video links and people start watching you a lot more often. If you've made $20,000-$30,000 compared to making $100 or $200, people are definitely going to watch the person that made 20 or 30,000. So people are going to put in more money in hopes to trying to get more people to follow them. And while you're trying to build up a user base and all these people that you're referring, he's going to be making money off all the hard work that you're doing to try to just stay afloat and to make the most money that you can. So you got to understand that while you have one person doing this, he or she or whoever is doing these videos could be having 10, 20, 30 people out of every 1,000 views that they get who are doing this exact same thing, and they're starting their own system right underneath, just like how you're seeing in this whole triangle here. They're all starting their own triangles, and the person who is at the top of this triangle, or the person who pretty much made the YouTube video, or is the owner of the referral link, they are making a lot of money, and that's what you see pretty much when they log into their account and they show you all this stuff. That's how they're attaining these large amounts of money. Now, when you invest in Bitconnect, we'll go back here, and we're opening everything. I don't even know what's going on. You can click on here, you can read through all this, and the profit is generated through Bitconnect lending. Pretty much this whole Bitconnect runs through a trading bot. Now, there's not really much that you can find on this trading bot, but when you do put your money in to give out the loans, that's the trading bot is actually making trades on those, and daily you can make back between 0% and up to, I think, 2% a day based on how much you put in, and that would be coming out as interest. So if you put in $100, you may be getting $1 to $2 a day, or you could be potentially getting zero. In one of these, it talks about how much you could be getting based on how much you put in, and it talks about how you could be making nothing. So something that it could bring to attention is if we do run into a bear market, or coins start pulling back and everything starts going into Bitcoin, or even if Bitcoin starts pulling back and we just run into a full bear market, would they still be paying out these 1%, or would they go down to 0%? And if they go down to these 0%, your money is still going to be locked into these, into the system for however many days you signed up for. So if we go down here, you can do Bitcoin lending, or I think you can also do Bitconnect lending. So if you have Bitconnect tokens, you can put them on here and lend out the tokens based in a conversion into however much you would have, and I think Bitcoin or USD or whatever you would convert it to at that time. I'm not sure where it's at, but they talk about they can also suspend your account and all of your funds in it if you make more than one account, but yet you do not need to reveal your identity or anything to make these accounts. So I don't know if they would be tracking these based on your IP address or what. So if you do want to get into Bitconnect, I would advise you not to ever make more than 2 accounts, because that would give them the right to freeze your account and take all of your funds from your account, or however many accounts you have. So that is definitely something you want to watch out for. But what I was looking for was the staking and the loan options for how long they are locked in the system for. When you do the staking, I think the staking was 299 days or something like that. So whatever coins you put in, you had to leave them in the system for 299 days, which is about 10 months. And if you lent out Bitcoins or whatever, did the lending system on the 1%, the 0 to 2% interest a day, but it was average like 1, you had to leave, depending on how many you put in, I think it was like $100 to maybe like 10,000 or 1,000 you had to leave in for 299 days. And anything maybe like around 20 to 50,000 or something like that was like 230 days maybe, and then 100,000 or like up to 100,000 was like 120 days. So the more money you put in, the less days you had to leave it locked in, but you were also taking a lot bigger risk by putting in, a tenth of $1 million into this, or you could potentially be putting in $100,000. I think you could put in up to that every 24 hours. So you could be putting as much money as you want into this, which brings to the point where you can actually start compounding this. So if you actually do the math on it, a lot of people who start compounding this would be making trillions of dollars actually a year in like 5 or 6 years or something like that. So it's definitely completely unattainable. It's something that will never hold up in the long run, but this is the road I'm telling you. If you do have all these followers and everything, and you can go down this road, and you have all these friends and family and people who are willing to invest and stuff like that, or who are getting big into cryptocurrencies, and maybe who have a little bit of disposable funds on hand, and they would be willing to maybe take this adventure with you and see how long it pans out, and to potentially help you, or you can help them, and you guys could build a power pyramid together, power pyramid scheme, or whatever you guys want to call it. But so, as you look more and more into this, it gets a little bit harder to find stuff about it. And I wasn't going to make a video just about all this because, I've just been kind of randomly talking here, and this is all kind of opinionated stuff of why I kind of don't really want to get into it. I don't want to get into a company. I don't want to lock my cryptocurrencies in anything, especially for 10 months. That is a long time to put your trust in a company that doesn't have a white paper, that doesn't have a white paper, that doesn't put out the identities of their developers, even though they are trying to keep everybody pretty anonymous, I guess you could say, on this platform. It's just not something that you really want to lock your funds in for an extended amount of time, especially when you see how much potential it really has. And when you look at 10 months, I think the whole cryptocurrency market could quadruple and do even maybe more than that in 10 months. So to tie your cryptocurrencies and your funds up in something like this for 10 months would probably not be the smartest idea. But then again, if you are someone like one of these people who are making a lot of money doing these YouTube videos, then locking your funds up for 10 months and you're making a lot of money in between that probably wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Now, I'm not sure if these people making these videos are actually pulling out like $700,000 right now, or they have it still all tied up in there and they're pulling out just enough at a time to maybe live their life and pay for whatever they have going on. This is kind of like what I saw, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna make a video. So yeah, we in the cryptocurrency space, we enjoy money and we like making money, but it's a little unprofessional to just be having money falling from the ceiling and be screaming. And just watch this. If you haven't, I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. I don't want to play the whole thing.
I would like to say congratulations to Mr. James Chaperone.
Okay, so they're giving out cash awards. They're giving out $10,000 cash awards to some of their highest affiliates.
Congratulations to all of you.
They're giving out large amounts of money. There's no other cryptocurrency that gives out money like this. They have no reason to. And the money that they're giving out is the money. Mute this. The money that they're giving out is the money that all of you are investing when you see these big YouTube videos and you follow these referral links to join these teams. You are pretty much funding all of this right here. All this money that is raining from the ceiling is what you were trading Those were your hard-earned hours of trading and being scared and opening up your block folio every 20 minutes. You traded that for this coin, and now these people are just treating that like it's nothing. And that's probably why I'm just not going to get into this coin, because it's not a professional coin after I saw these videos. So I'm going to go through this a little bit more. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to get the coin to work. Okay, so they put in $10,000 for their thing, for how much money they wanted to take out of this card.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
It's like, started out like Star Wars for a second. It's like Star Wars super mix. And they're making it rain money. So all your hard-earned cryptocurrencies that you've been doing are now just raining down on this audience at the Bitconnect seminar. And you are just rewarding all these people who are helping to shill this project. Now, if that wasn't enough to say, hey, I think I might keep my funds in my wallet for a little bit, then you might want to take a look at this music video they actually came out with. I just heard it this morning. I think it came out yesterday. You got to invest a little something. You got to stake a little something. Why would any cryptocurrency ever pay a choreographer, a videographer, everybody? You've got, like, I don't know if these are real rappers that they paid or what, but you definitely had to spend some money on this whole thing to go down. Why? Why would you do that? You have no other reason to spend money on frivolous things like this, unless you are trying to just shill this out to as many people as you possibly can. You're trying to just get people to listen to this. You're trying to get a catchy tune in their head. You're trying to get this out to people who listen to music, possibly to kids, younger people, to just anybody. I'm not like being like a conspiracy theorist or something. I'm not like, oh, you're getting in our kids' heads. But it's just, I don't know, why would a cryptocurrency need to make a music video and make it rain cash at a seminar? You can keep things professional and still make a point, but this is what the whole backbone behind this company and this project is. It is making money, it is keeping money flowing, and eventually money is going to stop flowing once people don't want to put their money into this anymore. Once people see that, hey, I don't want to do all this work to try to get possibly my money back out of it. I don't want to get all these people to follow me, or I don't want to try to shill this referral link to make whoever I follow just more money, and I'm going to be breaking my back for them. So I think in the long run, personally, my best judgment to myself and my own money would be to not invest in this. If I potentially maybe was a small-time celebrity, or even a celebrity or just a big YouTube star, maybe I would be shilling this to make money from referrals and everything. But if you are not somebody that has a huge fan base or a ton of people who are willing to lose money, it's not something you should get into. I don't see it continuing like this forever. It financially can't continue like this. So if you do get into Bitconnect, if your coins are possibly going to be coming out from being locked soon, it might be the best thing to not get them back in the situation of being locked for up to another 10 months again. And if you are somebody who is looking into Bitconnect, it might be the better idea to just hold on to your funds, or maybe to just sit back and watch for a while. Even if it does go up and you see all these people making money in the long run, I think in the end you're going to see this is collapsing, and you're going to see a lot of people lose money. And I think Bitconnect could end up being maybe even an example that we might see some sort of bigger bigger influence step in, potentially maybe like a government could step in based on what happens with Bitconnect. If it does collapse or they run off with funds, this could be something huge in the whole cryptocurrency space, and it could really put a setback on just cryptocurrency in general. So you always want to make sure when you invest in anything that you do as much research as you possibly can. I tell you to read the white paper, just Google it, go to the Bitcoin talk page. We'll go over here. I've got the Bitcoin talk page open, and I haven't really found anything of value here. You've got new members, junior members, senior members. Everybody is saying it's just not the thing that you want to invest in, and to be extremely wise of your money. There's even a new post down here. I haven't looked into it at all, but it says that Bit Petit just ran away, and there's a rumor on that. So, I'm not 100% sure on that, how that is, but these high yield investment programs, they don't work in the long run, and they're here to get your cryptocurrencies. And these cryptocurrencies, they're raising in value every day. So for you to just give these away to somebody right now, they understand that they could be taking $1,000 from you today, or they could be taking $20,000 from you next year. That's what it all equals. Just because you lose money today, these cryptocurrencies are gonna boom, and you're gonna be losing exponential amounts of money tomorrow. So one Bitcoin today could be so much more money tomorrow, and that's what you really lost because you aren't still holding it. So you always want to be very, very aware before you make any trades, before you get into any of these things. If we go back here, so Bitconnect number 8, we will look at its markets. I've never used any of these, and I don't think I've ever really heard anything good of any of these. I haven't heard anything bad, but I haven't heard anything, I guess you could say, of these crypto markets. And it's weird because 96% of the volume is on the BCC exchange. Other than that, you have less than 4% trading out through all the other exchanges. You have no big exchange. You don't have Poloniex on here. You don't have Bittrex. You don't even have Hitbit or any of those, which is really crazy. And I know a lot of people say, well, maybe they just don't want to get their coin on all these exchanges. That sometimes doesn't matter. You'll have Poloniex, who I know for a fact they actually put 0x on their platform without consulting with the 0x developers at all. And when it did go on Poloniex, the 0x developers were actually kind of mad about that. And I was in the Slack chat when they were actually talking about it, and they had no contact with Poloniex in any way of getting it on the exchange. And they were kind of more disappointed in it because they thought that it was just trying to get put on all these exchanges to pump the price, and people were getting all mad about it, and they were just trying to explain themselves. So that's just fact that you don't have to have a developer reach out to an exchange to get it put onto an exchange, which is just kind of more reason to why currency in the top 8 isn't on more exchanges. At least more reputable exchanges, or exchange that is more easily accessible. They want you to kind of trade on their BCC exchange on their own website, so you put funds in their wallets, and if they shut down, then they've got all the coins, they've got all the funds, they've got everything. There's no other exchanges or anything that are kind of dealing with their money. So they could shut down and run away, and everything's all on their own platform. Definitely something you want to be aware of. If you are making money in Bitconnect, congratulations. I think it's a great thing to be able to acquire wealth in this ever-growing space. But if you are somebody who is just looking at Bitconnect now and you are just getting into cryptocurrencies, I would say it is for your best interest to continue to just look at Bitconnect, unless maybe bought into an ICO and made 10 times your profits, and you want to take one of those times profits and just put it into this and throw it away. Maybe potentially it would be kind of worth it, but other than that, I would just hold your funds. You see how much Bitcoin can boom in a day off a little bit of news, and any other altcoin can do the exact same thing. Even Golem's up like 30% today, and just anything that gets a little bit of news can boom. If you really want to throw away your money, you might as well try to day trade it or do something. You could even download or buy your own trading bots. So if you were going to stake it, or not stake it, but if you were going to loan it out and have the trading bot trade it for your 0 to 2% a day interest, you could even get your own trading bot to do things like that. So it might, it would probably, it's not even it might, it would definitely be in your best interest to look into outside sources for things that you would want to be doing on here. If you are into staking or something like that, potentially you might want to go stake a different coin, maybe Omisi Go or something like that, or anything else, dope coin. I don't care. It could be anything, but I just don't see a long road of potential, and financial burdens are definitely going to be weighing down on this project in the future. So trade wisely, and that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my just random rambling pretty much. I couldn't really open up any like for sure sources on here because they don't have a white paper, so I couldn't take you guys through a white paper and say like this is how this works and stuff. So it's kind of just like me talking, and I've been watching so many people and so many videos and on the goods and bads and everything of Bitconnect, and I boiled it all down, and what all I can think is it's just not something that you would want to put your money into. And even people that are putting their money into it are also agreeing with that, even if they're coming out profitable. I think the good part of their mind, possibly their conscience, is weighing in and saying just this isn't going to last, and I'm not going to take any more money from people who potentially are just getting into this space, and I could be just turning them off from cryptocurrencies in general if I take all their money. But other than that, guys, just be wise with your money and have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.